Working full-time and studying, how do you make it work? I'm Ruth Kudzi, the founder of Ruth Kudzi Coaching. I transformed my life and my business, and I'm passionate about helping others do the same. So many people who come and do our professional coach diploma with Optimus are either working full-time for their corporate career or their education career, or they're running a business full-time. And the question they ask is, how can I fit in 4 hours of training or 1 weekend a month and some additional studying while working? I'm going to talk you through it. I know for me, it was something that I've had to think about a lot of times. So I did my master's back in the early noughties, and at that time I was working full time and I was managing doing a master's in the evenings, a couple of evenings a week. I then went on to do my postgraduate in coaching when I was working full time and I had a baby. And when I say I had a baby, she was 6 weeks old when I started, and I had to travel across London without her for 4 hours each week. So it is really doable. The first thing that I would say is look at how you're spending your time at the moment. I know that you probably have heard this before, but many of us spend time doing things that are not creating value. And of course, I'm not saying to you that you have to spend all of your time creating value and doing something meaningful, but the easy way to look is how much time do you spend watching TV or on Netflix? Be honest with yourself. Are you spending an hour a day? An hour a day isn't that much, but that's 7 hours a week. And that's as much as you would need for the professional coach diploma. It's as much as you would need for many master's or postgraduate qualifications. Where else are you spending time doing things that maybe you don't need to do? Maybe you can look at your social media consumption and you can reduce that. Maybe you can look at your news consumption and you can reduce that. Maybe you can think about, okay, what am I prepared to sacrifice in the short term for a longer term gain? So maybe that's reducing the amount of social activity you have each week. So maybe you're going from maybe seeing friends 2 nights a week to 1 night a week. It will be short term. In our diploma, it's seven months or 8 months. Maybe it's up to a year-long course. So it's really thinking about, okay, what is my end game? Why am I doing this? What is the purpose of this? And then where can I get that time? Maybe it's getting support in the house. Maybe you're getting someone to do your cleaning. So if you're doing that, then you're reducing that time. You're actually spending the time that you would be doing cleaning, studying. So there's a reduction of time. There's like, okay, I'm not going to watch Netflix for 7 months because I'm going to focus on this. Or it's actually, I'm not going to clean my house, this is my favorite, for 7 months because I'm going to be focusing on this. So it's really thinking, instead of seeing it as a massive chunk of time, well, maybe that's 30 minutes a day, maybe that's an hour a day. How can I claim that back? Making sure that you have a plan for where you're going to be fitting it in, and then scheduling it in. So for us, you have 3 different options when you do the diploma. Maybe some of the courses are more flexible as well. So actually scheduling that into your diary. And then thinking, okay, so if I'm going to have to do something else, like on our course, you have to practice coaching. When can I do that? Maybe I'll do that 2 hours on a Saturday morning. Maybe I'll do it 2 evenings a week, I'll do it for an hour. Maybe I'll do it in the early morning and I'll do an hour 2 mornings. But think about how it's going to work for you and your lifestyle. You know the best way to work. I have people on my course who work a full day and then they come and they do the evening. Usually it's on a Tuesday or Wednesday evening, 6 till 10. And that works well for them. They go to bed, they get up and they integrate it that way. I have other people that do it at the weekend. So they're like, okay, I only have to do 1 weekend a month. I can completely commit to that. I can get childcare, I can get support. And then I know during the week, maybe I only have to do 1 hour and I can do that one evening, and that works better for me. So it's really thinking about how you're going to integrate it into your life. Get rid of the things that you don't need to do. If this is about you achieving a particular goal, maybe it's retraining because you want to start a business. Maybe it's about you being better at your particular job. Maybe it's about getting a promotion. If that's what's driving you, then you need to think, what am I prepared to give up? The economic theory of opportunity cost, the cost of the next best alternative. So what am I prepared to give up? What am I prepared to give up short term? And what are the benefits going to be? And reminding yourself, this is the reason why I'm doing it. This is why I'm going to do it. This is getting me closer. So that when you're feeling stretched for time, that you can start to go inside yourself and think about, okay, well, this is what it is. This is why I'm doing it. This is my big connection and my big purpose. And then get support where you can. Schedule it in, keep to that schedule, and commit. And then you can make anything work. They do always say the best person to ask is a busy person. And I'm sure that we all know that when we have lots of things in our calendar, we are often able to do them better because we know that we can't procrastinate. And when we have an empty calendar, that can be the most difficult thing because we then have space to fill. And a final note, if you're working full time for somebody, let them know about your study. It may not be that they might subsidise it or pay for it, although a lot of our people on our professional coach diploma do get paid. It is paid by their employees, but they may give you time, especially if you can give a business case about how it can support your role. So don't forget that. If you are doing it, let them know and propose a business case. Maybe they're going to support you to have a day off where you can do it. Maybe they'll support you to have an afternoon off. And then again, that's the way of gaining back that time. Always think of the bigger picture. Always think about how it's going to help you achieve your goals. Make a plan, commit to that plan, and go do it. So I'm going to give you some examples. I have somebody on one of my courses and she's a full-time head teacher. So what she does is she does one weekend a month. So she knows that she can block that time off. And because her role is really busy and really varied, she doesn't actually do anything during the week. So when she's not actually training, she actually puts a couple of other hours in each weekend to do coaching and to catch up. So for her, that's her way of managing it. And because it's one weekend a month, it doesn't mean that she's going to have to do that every single weekend. So that works for her and her family. When I was doing my coaching post-grad, what I did is I got a babysitter to come and be with my children for 2 hours before my husband came home from work, so I could travel into London and be in person for 4 hours. It used to take me 6 hours out of my week, every single week. So we had to be super planned. The babysitter used to come at 5, I'd leave and get the train at 5:10. And if I missed that train, I'd be late for class. But if I got 5:10, I could be in the lecture by 6. It was a 3-hour lecture, so it was 3 hours I was there till 9, and then I'd be home by 10. So it meant that I was out of the house for 5 hours, but it equally meant that everything was planned. So we knew that the babysitter would get there, the kids would have been fed, and they knew exactly what to do. And that's really about the planning. Now, of course, things can go wrong, but equally, if you're really clear with the course leader and say, this is my plan, and you let them know when something's gone wrong, they knew that if I was late, that there must have been an issue with the trains, and they knew that I had to get a precise train. So they were accommodating because they knew that I'd made that plan and I committed to it. So this is about you making a commitment. And when we make commitments to ourselves, we're modeling to other people that they want to make commitments. In coaching, that is super powerful because unconsciously, people can see that not only do you make commitments, but you also honor them. The next video is over here. But before you go, remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell.